Welcome to Super Chat. I'm your host, Jess, here today to talk about Supergirl. We're recapping the latest episode, and I'm with my guests. We have Ron Rossman, Brandon Padgett, Joey Navarra Jr., and they all are kind of involved in comics and superheroes in the Charlotte region. Each week we have really cool guests on, so I'm thankful for them for being here today. We have a lot to talk about with Supergirl. This episode was very kind of heartbreaking. It made me quite sad, and I thought it was very well acted by Melissa Benoist. So Supergirl, they come upon Mon-El. He is back, but it's not the Mon-El we remember. A lot of things have happened. Turns out he actually, when she sent him away to be saved from the poisoning of the lead, he got stuck in a wormhole and ended up in 21st or 31st century. And then he was there, well, in her mind it was 7 months. He was there 7 years. So spoiler alert, Mon-El got himself hitched to somebody else, and we meet her. What did you guys think about Mon-El's return to the show? How do you think it kind of hashed out?
Well, first, best episode of Supergirl yet.
Yeah.
Two, it was the first time that I thought that character had depth. They really fleshed him out well.
He's changed
so much. He was
much.
Fantastic. Melissa did an amazing job. It really felt like they took the feathers off and said, guys, just do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And you got top-line performances. So I'm hoping this is the start of bigger things with that.
Let's think about Mon-El last season. He was kind of like a playboy, party animal, goofy dude, and you can tell he's been through something. Something's going on. Are you glad that he's back on the show?
Yeah.
He's fine.
Yeah,
Are you glad that he has a beard now, Joey?
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't
Represent.
It took him 7 years to grow it, but
Spotty for a while.
He's been growing it the whole time.
Yeah.
I wonder how long he was in the wormhole, though. Like, it could be. So, and here's a question I have, too, for you guys. This is kind of like a mathematical question. They said that that ship had been there for 12,000 years.
Yeah, there was a couple of holes because that you got to figure out, did they come back through a wormhole?
Yeah.
And then he's been down there for 12,000 years. That doesn't make sense. So there was a couple of loose ends there. I'm sure they'll explain them later. Someone had to spot it, but
I was very confused.
Yeah, that kind of, I was like, okay, I'm not getting the math on this.
Yeah, like did maybe they go like way far back in time and have to stay in hypersleep and just like wait for it. We got just 10,000 more years left. You know, like what?
If not, he aged great.
He did,
so
and whatever that liquid is, I need to get some some Dax from my Saturnian. I don't know what it was, but so apparently, we kind of guessed about this in past episodes of Super Chat. In that spaceship he's on, all those pods and the symbols are actually symbols of some of the Legion of Superheroes. So we have seen now. We obviously have Mon-El is sometimes part of it, but then his wife, Imra Ardeen, is Saturn Girl. And then they have casted Brainiac 5. There's an actor named Jesse Rath will be playing Brainiac 5. In the comics, Brainiac is often a romantic interest for Ms. Kara Zor-El. So I know that Andrew Kreisberg, when he was still working with all the things, he mentioned saying that we're going to see somebody who is very, very fond of Kara coming on the show. Is this the next love interest for her?
It's like a triangle or a square now.
Yeah, square.
Got all 4 of them in there.
Yeah.
So, it's a good setup for that. That's the case, because breaking her heart and then having him show up and then giving her the time to actually fall in love because she'll be hesitant. It'd be nice to see that kind of, especially with another superhero that could challenge her.
Do you think that there's a chance that maybe her and Mon-El could get back together?
I hope not.
No.
I mean, I just like I hate when shows do that because it's like she's married or he's married now, and it's like they would have to kill her off or her go back to the future, but it's just
divorce or something.
Something. And we've seen it with Felicity too, and Oliver. Some of the chemistry's gone. So when you bring them back together, all that tension is now alleviated, and it just feels like it just slides in there, and you don't have that kind of elevated chemistry.
Right, and like with Felicity and Oliver, sometimes I'm like, you're overlooking a lot that you were mad about before.
Right, yeah, it's all good.
Like it was, well, I guess the summer mended things. Well, I don't know, but so I don't really hope to see them together. I hope it's kind of something she has to grow and move on from. But it was very sad and it was very well acted, and he does not have great timing on telling her things. I was like, okay, that's maybe the first thing you say, or like I guess they don't wear rings on Saturn. I guess, although Saturn has rings. That is ironic. Let's talk about that. We also see the origin of the actual Worldkiller Reign. What did you guys think about this scene?
I like the desert fortress. That was a nice reversal.
It was. So we were talking about before the show came on the crystal. Is that what led her there? Because how did she know to find? How did she know to go for the crystal? Yeah. And how did she find it?
It definitely was. They literally took an homage to the original Superman and played it out on the evil.
Yeah.
And again, the crystal led him because remember he throws it and all that. How did he know how to get out there? So that's how she got there. And
it's fun. They throw back to a lot of that. So rewinding a little bit, we see that Sam, who was, I guess, adopted back when she landed in her spaceship by this lady named Patricia, conveniently still, we were joking, has this spaceship beautifully laid out in the barn. Like, I guess Sam was not allowed in the barn for 18 years. But then one of the hiccups in the plan of Sam becoming Rain was her daughter Ruby. Now, given that she is this Worldkiller programmed robotic alien justice doomsday thing, is like Ruby like half Rain? Are we going to see something with Ruby? Why introduce her?
She's definitely going to be a catalyst to probably bring her back from being evil. I don't think they're going to kill her off. But I'm sure they're going to use that to bring her back.
Would she have powers, though?
I would think so. If she's half Kryptonian. So
I guess, and that's right, she is Kryptonian. So, I don't know, but it feels like the full Sam is gone, and we only are left with Rainkiller with the red eyes. And she just needs Visine, and that's it. That's how
Every
you
villain has
solve
red
it.
eyes. It's just sad. I think Visine could save the world. Just little Visine. Everyone's good.
So I think, now, let me know what your thoughts are. It seems to be set up that we've got the Legion of Superheroes kind of has known that this is going to be happening, so they're kind of conveniently there because they're going to try to, that's part of their plan, is why they're there to stop it. And we've got Rain, who didn't know she was going to become Worldkiller. So are we set for a Rain versus Legion of Superheroes showdown?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Are we excited about this?
Yeah.
Cool. I think it's going to be a cool season. I kind of like how they've set it up. I like the slow burn. I like that it's not like, oh, we know the villain the first episode. It's a slow, the villain wasn't a villain, and now she will be. And there's going to be a lot going on. What do you think Rain's objective is? And I mean, I'm thinking it's not just she's killing the world. What do you think? Do you think she's cleansing Earth of humanity?
Yeah, it's in the comic that she cleanses.
Okay.
And so that's her purpose. In fact, there were multiple world killers, I think.
I think there were like 4 or 5.
Yeah, so which would be cool if they brought all of them down. Then you would have a good, nice beat down. But what I like about this is, unlike other seasons, they really took the time to set this up. Mm-hmm. Like with Myriad as an example, I just felt like the delivery, the end of that was just so blah.
Yeah.
And this one I feel like they're really going to build to that super conflict, and then as you mentioned, have Ruby kind of be the catalyst of change.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's very well constructed this year, which is nice to see.
It is. I think they're doing a really nice job with the plot of Supergirl. Last week's episode was kind of a throwaway, but it didn't hurt. Yeah. It was just kind of nice. But this one set up a lot, and we're going to see maybe a little bit more with John Jones and his dad, Myron. Mm. It's weird that they just don't use vowels or something. They keep referencing like how beautiful it was back on Mars. Mars doesn't look so pretty. I'm sorry.
For them, it must be.
For them, they must be very into a desert setting with no water. Just little traces of water.
And that's the first time I really feel like his character had depth.
Yes.
Because he's always playing this kind of superficial, one-dimensional leader, and I really felt, or he's just completely blubbering on himself, which I thought is really a dramatic change. This one felt really genuine. It felt really solid, and it flowed well, and I really liked it. And I really liked the way they kind of said he was isolated because he was so used to being in isolation.
Yes.
He was keeping people at arm's length, and he finally is getting that point where he can relax.
Is there a significance for him being on the show, the father of the Martian being part of the show?
I'm always afraid when they bring a character like that back that he's gonna die.
He's gonna be the martyr.
Make John even more sad than he already is.
Oh, well, hopefully he helps saves the day, and then maybe that's his downfall. We're going to be right back. Take a look at this trailer for Riverdale. It's not on this week. It's going to be on next week. But if you're a big fan of the show, Nomi and I, you may know her from WCCB News Rising. We have a podcast, and it's also videoed. So go to Riverdale, WCCBCharlotte.com/Riverdale Rewind if you want to know more about Riverdale. But take a look at the trailer for next week, and we're going to be right back to learn what these kind gentlemen have going on.
I have a theory about Sheriff Keller.
You lied to me.
And I am just getting started with you.
Chuck Clayton asked me out on a date.
I'm just living minute to minute here.
This is one of those secrets we keep.
We've all done bad things ever since the black kid walked into this diner.
Riverdale, all new episode Wednesday, November 29th, only on The CW and The CW app.